Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon. So I'll be talking about their movies, theme parks, whatever else it may be, the merchandising, whatnot. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about a podcast that was on SoundCloud, about talking about this this individual in Times Brief, where they went with this individual and talk about different stories and whatnot. And yeah, the brief, the yeah, that's how you said time the brief. Of course, he's usually in politics, of course, and yes, of course, gonna talk about Star Wars for some reason. And ask this individual to tell stories about what people apparently need to hear today from Time.com, and whatnot. Um, I got I'm not really interested in hearing their perspective. Really, they're from this individual, but of course, this individual just can't help it to take stabs at Star Wars: The Force Awakens because he's referring to the how stock would be affected by movies if their box office bomb or whatever. So okay, it's not very long really. What the interviewer is talking about it is a very short thing here. So here you go. Have a listen.
Disney just posted the best quarterly earnings in the company's history. So why was its stock down more than 4% in after-hours trading?
Yeah, funny how you don't specify the date, the month, or in the year in which this is coming out, or even the time. I'm guessing that you're referring to Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which came out in, from what I remember, yeah, 2015. That was quite a while ago. So okay, you're just cheating there.
4 letters, ESPN.
What? What does that news station has to do with it? I know a lot of people don't like them that I'm aware of, but what does that got to do with anything? Okay. Why aren't you giving me any specifications on time and release of what you're dated? We're talking about. I wonder what these individuals have to do with it.
The Burbank, California entertainment giant on Tuesday posted earnings of $1.63 per share, or $2.9 billion in total for the quarter ending.
What are you talking about? That still doesn't give me anything really. How am I supposed to crunch the numbers like you want to do when you don't give me any specifications on anything, like at all? And then when it comes to stockholders, the value of it would it could drastically change from time to time. Even it could even take a day or two. I mean, sometimes longer, but still, you're not giving me information really.
January 2nd, beating analysts' expectations of $1.45 per share. The massive haul came in large part thanks to Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which has now grossed more than $2 billion globally.
Well, hate to tell you. Well, okay, I do love to tell you. That's where you're wrong. Of course, these numbers are not even including the release for the digital download release, the 4K release, the DVD release, the Blu-ray release, all those combo packs with the DVD and the Blu-ray, all the 4K and Blu-ray release, or any other combo packs you can think of, or even the money that this film had made during the time that it was sent to, like a Goodwill or Rasputin, the used market pretty much. And you can't even give me an estimate of any of that either. So it just comes off you intentionally underselling this film. That's the way to say that the movie's terrible. I mean, okay, it may not be no Shakespeare or anything, sure, but this movie's no real that bad. Now, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that. I know it just comes off like you're one of those individuals just trying to claim that maybe Disney's tanking, or at least some of it anyway. When it comes to stockholders, it's because of this movie. It doesn't make any sense. And all the Star Wars films, except maybe for Han Solo, have become box office successes. Every single one of them, except for that one, I guess. But still, though, what? And oh yeah, let's think about the merchandising, like the T-shirts, the toys, comic books that's supposed to be attached to this movie. Even if you get used, there's a good chance you make a decent amount of money. So,
Not to mention massive amounts of merchandising and licensing revenue. Disney's movie studio division made $1 billion in profit all by itself, an 86% increase year over year. But the world long knew that The Force Awakens was going to be a huge hit, and investors typically don't reward good news when it's that predictable. In
what are you talking about? No, really, what are you talking about? You can always do short sales in case it tanks or whatever. And Star Wars is a brand name at this point. Have you realized that, right? What?
Instead, Wall Street has been zeroing in on Disney's massive television business, of which ESPN is the crown jewel. The sports network is the most valuable channel on the television dial by a huge margin, earning Disney more than $6 for every cable subscriber that receives it. But it's also a massively expensive enterprise. ESPN's costs are in part to blame for a 6% drop in profits at Disney's TV business, the only of Disney's 4 divisions to backslide this quarter.
Again, just really trying to beat you over the head with the fact that apparently the film sucks, and that's why Disney's tanking with those shock holders. Uh, Completely wrong about that, but okay. Gonna allow people. You get to look at some of the toys. I'm not gonna bring up the cost of like literally every single toy because those like hundreds and hundreds of toys that were released since then and during its release. And even right now, this new toy specifically for the Star Wars sequel trilogy just being released, and or even when it comes to video games as well, somehow attach the prequel, sequel, and original trilogy as well. So just throw it out there. And of course, assuming you buy any of these toys brand spanking new, like at the store, whether it's from Toys R Us, Target, it's just or even Amazon, just literally any place that will carry these things, or even if you buy the like Battlefront 2, for example, EA's version, I mean, brand new, if either from whatever store is carrying it, like Best Buy, for example, or Walmart, or even from online, Amazon. Even those games would cost a pretty penny. And Disney, in fact, get some chunk change out of that. So, yeah, this individual. He's not bringing anything up to back up what he's saying. He's trying to make it sound official, and that's about it, really. He's making it sound official, but when you reality, he doesn't know really substance to what he's saying. Okay, let's say you want to add the used market sales. I mean, that has some value. Okay, it may go up and down depending on what's going on, but there's some value there. There's quite a bit of money to be had. Yeah.
Programming costs are the biggest factor running up ESPN's bill. The network is currently paying $1.9 billion per year for NFL games, at least $1 billion per year for NBA games, and $470 million per year for the college football playoff, among other deals.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of questionable things you would have just said there. I don't think that's right when it comes to the CNN and all that and the programming. Okay, that aside, what does any of this have to do with Disney and The Force Awakens exactly? How is this in relation to that specifically? And how is the film's fault? It's not that bad of a movie either. Ugh.
At the same time, the network lost about 3 million subscribers last year, according to a corporate filing. Having fewer subscribers.
What corporate filing? When was this posted? What is it? What are you talking about? You've been really vague on what you're trying to say here. Again, like it goes into what I just said a moment ago. He's trying to use, he's trying to word it in such a way like he knows what he's talking about. He knows officially and everything that has to be known when it comes to this kind of thing. Though he's not making any sense, but okay, sure, whatever.
Subscribers means there's less revenue coming in to pay the sky-high rights fees for America's biggest sports. In an earnings call Tuesday, analysts peppered Disney CEO Bob Iger with questions about ESPN's fortunes. Iger went on the defensive, arguing that advertising revenue for the sports network was up. He added that ESPN had actually seen an uptick in subscribers in recent weeks, too. This notion that ESPN is cratering.
So let me get this straight. If I understand what you're trying to comprehend here, so since the Star Wars: The Force Awakens is it's tanking so badly, apparently at the time during its initial release, that Disney's doing bad. Therefore, CNN is also doing bad, and whatever sports related thing, it's also doing bad as a result of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. What?
In any way from a subscriptions perspective is just ridiculous, Iger said. It's just too popular. Still, he stopped short of predicting growth in ESPN's subscriber base in the next quarter. In order to shore up ESPN's financials, Disney is planning to get the network into more of the slimmed-down channel bundles that cable operators have begun offering.
In other words, even their streaming services are also suffering at the quote-unquote financial loss that Disney has suffered due to Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So, if anything, making this film actually backfired, apparently, to according to this one individual. You realize that none of this makes any sense. It's so nonsensical. What?
Although their cheaper price is often thanks to the lack of ESPN. The company is also likely to offer the sports network through more internet-based pay TV operators as they emerge. Iger said the company's subscriber base on Sling TV and
Okay, so pretty much a lot of stuff being affected by Star Wars: The Force Awakens in one method or another, in one way or another. Again, what are you basing this off of exactly? I know I'm supposed to be crunching some numbers and trying to compare data and research and whatnot, but this individual, he's not giving me nothing. I don't know where or even how he's trying to. I don't get any of this. Okay.
online TV service offered by Dish Network was growing nicely.
But this network was doing okay? Again, based on what? Where are you getting this information from exactly? But this was a bad podcast. Whoever this is, whoever wants to do a podcast, make sure it's well researched. I mean, okay, obviously that it should be done like that, but I guess this guy he did not get the memo at all. Do you proper research? Don't just say words.
Meanwhile, ESPN's president has said the network is in talks with Apple to offer sports on the tech company's long-rumored pay TV service.
What? You can't just base this podcast on rumors, on he said, she said kind of a thing. And how do you know they're not doing that thing we just saying a moment ago for a different reason? Maybe they're doing it for a different reason, not for what you're saying. Oh boy. Again, it could be for a totally different thing, you know. It just seems like you're living information now. You're definitely living information now. Come on.
Still, media stocks from Time Warner to Viacom have been hammered recently as investors worry that they won't be able to translate their traditional TV business.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm completely lost here. Just because some website or whatever, or some newspaper said that, oh yeah, basic cable TV is on a rise during this specific time, doesn't mean it actually is. I mean, a lot of people don't like basic cable TV anyway, and so why would they return to such a thing? I don't get it. This just seems weird.
To equally lucrative digital endeavors. For all its diversification with theme parks, toy lines, and the biggest movie franchise in the world.
Oh, you can tell this guy's so full of shit because so apparently this movie is so bad that it's making the other streaming services, not just Disney Plus, or you can also think about near Netflix, Discovery Plus, or any other streaming services you can think of. Somehow it's or Amazon Prime, I guess that will count. It's ruined that too somehow. Based on what exactly?
Disney continues to face the same scrutiny. What happens with ESPN then will play a big role in determining the Mouse House's future. This article posted by Victor Luckerson.
Well, that's about it, folks, for his podcast thing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it was terrible. It was just awful, just flat out awful. And but then again, anytime I cover one of these podcast things, they're always bad. Each individual one. Their levels of bad, maybe, but they're all terrible. None of these are ever halfway decent or anything. But then again, that would have been an improvement if it were. Is it because of the thing I'm thinking of? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with something like this. Does it have to do with something like this? Is that what it is? I mean, I don't want to say yes, but at the same time, I have the seeking suspicion that it might be in regards to something like this and this kind of nature. That the Force Awakens, we're just going to hint at this kind of a thing, and it bothered you. Is that what it is? I have so many questions here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but I don't want to flat out say it because I don't want to accuse nobody. But I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there because a lot of religious folks seem to have an issue with that film anyway because of that. And yes, even some of the own Disney fans would take issue to that movie for the same reason. And yes, even some of these Star Wars fans would take issue with that film for that reason. Or the casual viewer of sci-fi films might have a issue with that because of that. And even some Star Trek fans may take an issue with that film for that very reason as well. Oh boy. Or even casual movie fans in general may just have an issue with that film because of that. And I just wow. Okay. Uh just yeah, let me just wrap things up because this video has already been long enough. I do appreciate anyone for actually watching these videos. I know these types of videos tend to be rather lengthy, which yes, I know. I know some people might be thinking, "Oh, great, another long ass video." Me just complaining about something. But yeah, I know some people don't mind it either. But anyway, let's just finish this up. But the individual that I had no real point. It's poorly done. I highly doubt that this individual had done any research. Just made it up as you went along. Yeah, nothing was adding up here, folks. And it just came out like the dude was just making it up as they went along, going at like a guessing game. Oh, maybe it's because of this. Oh, if it's because of this, and then this or that will happen following suit because the movie was so bad apparently. But it just goes on. It seemed to go on the fact that a lot of people were already disappointed by the film anyway, and he just joined on the hate bandwagon. Even if that's not the case, it still doesn't make any sense anyway because he just going on an assumption that it's going to be bad anyway, based on what? Because I don't know. Because Disney made it. It seems to be the usual case when it comes to people who want to trash talk any of the Disney Star Wars films, specifically Star Wars sequel trilogy, and just claim that Disney had ruined their childhood. Excuse me? Your childhood still happened, you know. Your childhood still exists. Your childhood was completely abolished just because this movie exists. That makes no sense. But yeah, but yeah, it just seems like a lot of the Star Wars fans seem to be stuck with nostalgia. At least it's toxic fans anyway. But anyway, again, even if that's not the case for this individual, it still doesn't make any sense considering the fact that he's putting this information out his ass and just trying to do some sort of smear campaign for some absurd reason. It just, I don't get it. I don't get it. And of course, it's quite obvious he never saw the film at all, which a lot of these people don't seem to do. They don't, they didn't see the movie, and yet they want to pass judgment on it, which is odd. All right, folks, let me just be done here. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Later, folks. See ya. Thanks for watching. Whatever. I don't know.